Originally from Buffalo, New York.
And where do you currently reside these days?
South Carolina right now. But I'm back and forth though. LA, South Carolina, Buffalo.
Now, how old were you when you moved from Buffalo for the first time and left?
16.
And you went to South Carolina first?
Yeah, I went straight to South Carolina.
Particular city over there?
The Low Country.
Now, back then at 16 years old, what was the reason for the move?
Basically, I got into some shit. I had to get up out of here.
This was something you took upon yourself, or parents got you to move, or?
Yeah, it was just it was a quick, everything shit happened so fast, it was just a quick. But as soon as the shit happened, I left, like the same day.
Is it something you want to explain a little further than that?
Well, I mean, shit, I can explain. I was young as shit. Basically, I tried to rob a pawn shop with some jewelry and shit. So, I got away. I was with 2 other people. They got caught. You know what I mean? I got away. So instead of them fucking telling on me and shit, me sitting around, I dipped. You know what I mean?
Now, while you were going through that, what were your parents thinking?
I mean, it was hard, but you know what I mean? My mom said she rather me see me somewhere else on a run than locked up. That's how I figured it.
They knew what was going on?
Yeah, she knew. I told her as soon as the shit happened, I told her.
Didn't hide it from her, didn't?
Nah, it was time to go anyway, because I was like, I know these motherfuckers about to tell on me, so it's like, fuck.
You were in school at the time?
Yeah, I was in high school.
And it was like you were active, like it was a school week sort of thing, or was it like summertime, no school?
Nah, I think it may have been a school week, because we was all in school. Yeah, it had to be. It was a school. It was around school time. Because it was just like, I called my mans like, yo, pull up on me. You know what I mean? Bang, bang, bang.
Why South Carolina of all places?
I got family down there.
I see. Whatever ended up happening with that situation?
Shit, when I tried to come back home, I got pulled over, got arrested, and I had a warrant out. So shit, I had to do time for the shit.
Were you able to beat any of the charges?
Nah, I did a year for it. I got a youth for offender status, so I did a year for that.
I see. Was that your first time?
Yeah, that was my first time.
That was my first time. They gave you a year on your first time?
Yeah.
Could it have been worse? Could the sentence have been worse, or was that like the maximum, or?
See, a long time, because I was little, so when the shit happened, I was under 18. So I guess it was a YO status. So I guess that was like the max. They could give me like a 1 to 3. You know what I mean? So that was just the max. It was E class felony. So it's just like a 1 to 3, you know.
Have you done, as an adult, jail time or prison time before?
Yeah.
Which?
I did prison time.
You have?
Yeah, I did 16 months. 2 years, basically.
Now, how does juvenile detention compare to county jail, compared to, and was it state prison or federal prison?
State prison. Well, I was never in juvenile. That shit that happened, you go straight to the holding center, straight to grown man jail. My city. I don't think it was no juvenile shit. No.
So even though you're not 18 yet, they put you in with...
Yeah, hell yeah.
People that are 18 and older?
Yeah, hell yeah. From 16 and up.
So not much of a difference then?
No.
Now, somebody watching this, and this is the tip of the iceberg, we have so many questions, but just because we are already talking about this situation here, somebody from the outside looking in may say, you did some time as a juvenile, you obviously went to county jail before state prison, and then you end up doing state prison at some point. Somebody watching this may say, didn't he learn after the youth situation? Didn't he learn county jail? Didn't he learn?
Well, I mean, shit happens. Shit happens, so. Shit happens. You know what I mean? Shit happens, so. I mean, I can say I learned from my mistakes, but like I said, shit happens, so, you know what I mean? Certain things you just can't get out of, you know what I mean? I got out of a lot of shit. So, you know, that was like, those was like the last 2 times, the last time I went to jail, that was like the last time. Other than just going through court cases and bailing out and all that extra shit, I've been cooling. So I can say I learned so far, but shit, that shit been hard, man. Shit happens.
Now, there's some people watching this that, you know, go to jail for one night.
Right.
And never want to see that again.
Yeah.
You've gone a couple times.
Right.
Did that ever, even just the youth part, right? Doing a year in that youth program, did you have those same thoughts? Man, I never want to see this again. I never want to be here again.
No, that's a fact. You don't, jail ain't cool, man. It's for the birds. You know what I mean? Jail is not cool. You think jail is cool, you fucking stupid. Jail is not cool. Being there is not cool. Having to call on the fucking phone, having to have people put money on their phone. All that shit is difficult. All that shit break you down. Fuck jail. Get money, fuck jail.
Now, what was the actual charge that they found you guilty of?
Which one?
Sorry, as a youth.
I think it was, I want to say, it wasn't armed robbery. I think it was like strong armed robbery or some shit like that. Some crazy shit.
If you were over 18.
Yeah, I'd have been finito. I'd have been finito.
Now, you did do 16 months in prison time.
Yeah.
And how much further past the youth program did that situation take place?
That was probably like 4 years later, 5 years later.
And what was the charge there?
That was for marijuana.
Now, let's take it back from the top. Before we even get into how you even got into these situations, you mentioned Buffalo. Was it a certain part of Buffalo you represent?
Well, shit, I'm from the east side, uptown area, so basically.
You currently reside in South Carolina. You do travel to LA.
Yeah.
Traveling to LA, what's the reasoning there? Is it music related or not?
It's both. I just like the vibe of LA. You know what I mean? I like the vibe, I like the people. I know a lot of people out there.
Obviously, you do hip-hop music. Buffalo doesn't sound very much like a hip-hop town.
Nah.
South Carolina doesn't sound very much like a hip-hop town.
Right.
Why not just stay in LA?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that shit so much that it's crazy. I even go as far as getting Airbnbs for weeks and shit like that. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. See, I like LA, but I don't like, I wouldn't say I can live in LA, be a native of LA, you know what I mean? Like, LA is sweet, but that shit ain't that sweet.
Do you go back to Buffalo?
Yeah, I go back to Buffalo time to time.
You still have family there?
Yeah.
Now, what was it like for you growing up in Buffalo? Can you paint that picture for us?
I mean, shit. Typical hood shit, man. Typical hood shit, you know. Moms was always there. Pops was around, you know, but, you know, going through their little difficulties, I, you know, couldn't see him much, but shit, my mom held it down. She's a trooper, you know what I mean? So I can't say I lived a fucked up life, but shit, I was, you know what I mean? It's in the hood, man. You make shit out of what it is.
How young were you when your parents had separated?
I don't even know. I was young as fuck. I don't even know.
And you ended up living with your mother?
Yeah.
Financially, I mean, you were in the hood, but financially, how did you grow up exactly?
I mean, shit. I got it on my own, you know what I mean? Eventually, you know what I mean? Once you start seeing shit and growing older and knowing that you could do your own thing, you gotta go get your own money, you know what I mean? Mom Dukes, you know what I mean? She working, but she got bills, you know what I mean? You can't stress over because you want these sneakers, you want this, you want to go out, you want to do all that. You got to go get your own money.
Poor? Did you grow up poor?
Yeah, I would say not poor as fuck, but poor is not having what I wanted, you know what I mean? Not be able to get what I wanted, you know? I didn't have a silver spoon, you know what I mean? I had a plastic one, you know what I'm saying?
Would it be appropriate to say your upbringing was a rough one?
No, I wouldn't say that, you know what I mean? Just because my mom always provided, you know what I mean? And she was always there, so, you know, I can't bring nothing bad on her, you know what I'm saying? Like, she did her thing, like, whatever I had going on, that was on me, you know what I'm saying? She did her best, and she always held me down with wrong, right or wrong, so shit, it was what it was.
Growing up, there's a bottom point, there's a high point.
All right.
Let's start with the bottom. What do you think your bottom point was growing up? And we did talk about at the very top of this segment of you doing a year in that youth offender program. So I don't know if that counts as your answer for this question or maybe something worse.
I mean, my bottom point, nah, that wouldn't count it out. That wouldn't count as a bottom point.
What was your bottom point growing up?
I don't know, like, what do you mean? Like,
Where
I would say, like,
your bottom point is just the worst point of your life growing up.
The worst part of my life growing up?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Shit, finding out my mom had cancer, and I couldn't do shit about it. Because I was down south, running from the fucking law, you know? So that hurt a lot.
What type of cancer?
She had breast cancer.
What stage?
I said, I don't know. She went through the whole chemo and everything. Like, she went through it all.
She was able to beat it?
Nah, she died.
She passed away from
Yeah.
it? You don't know what stage, but did they say they caught it too late?
I mean, I wasn't around for, I came around in the end, you know what I mean? I came around at the end, so it was just like, I probably got to see my mom for probably 6 months when I came back to town.
You said you couldn't, I can't remember exactly what you said. I don't know if you said you couldn't be there or you couldn't provide. You said something.
It was both. I couldn't provide, I couldn't be there. You know, I was in South Carolina, so, and she, you know what I mean, I didn't really know about the shit. You know what I mean, somebody, my aunt told me, so it was just like, you know what I mean, that was one of the reasons why I came home. You know what I mean, or I'd just stay down there. But I had to come home then. You gotta.
How were you notified of her passing?
Oh, no, I was there when she passed. I was there.
You were?
Yeah, I was right there. Definitely was there.
You actually saw your mom pass away?
Yeah.
How tough was that for you?
That was deep. That was real deep. That was deep.
Does breast cancer run in your family? Is that something that's genetic or?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
How'd you cope with her death?
I don't know. I'm still coping with it, you know? That's just something that's just for anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody, that's just something that can never fade away, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna cope with this shit every day till I'm 50, 55, you know what I mean? Till I'm on my dying bed, I'm gonna still think about that shit.
She passed away before you did the youth offender program?
Yeah, around that time. It was around that time. That's when everything was happening. When I came back, I was around for about a week or two, and then I got caught up, and then had the warrant out on me. Then they figured all of that extra shit, and I had to go through the court. Had to get bail out when she was sick, and all. Like, it was crazy. It put a toll on her too, damn near.
You were still a teenager at that time.
Yeah.
Was there ever any counseling or therapy for you going through her death?
No.
You said you're still coping with this.
I mean, I'm not like coping with it, but you know, it's on my mind. It's gonna always be, you know what I mean? That's my mom, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's always gonna be with me to the day I die, you know what I mean? it's not nothing I can't, you know what I mean? I'm dealing with it. I already dealt with it, you know what I mean? She in a better place, so, you know what I mean? But just knowing she gone, it's always gonna be with me, you know what I mean? I always got that thought. I always think about it every day I wake up. I wish she was here, you know what I mean?
Do you still think you need a counselor or therapy?
Nah.
You attended the funeral?
Nah, Dad.
Why not?
I don't know.
What do you miss most about her?
Shit, what I miss most about her? Fuck. Everything. Shit, just to be able to talk to my mom, you know what I mean? Just to be able to conversate with her, you know what I mean? Just to tell her my ideas or just listen to her, you know what I mean? Tell me something, you know what I mean?
Favorite memory of your mom? What's one thing you could share with us today?
Favorite memory of my mom?
Could be a variety of things here.
Yeah, it is a variety, man. Everything is...
Is there something that sticks out?
I don't know. I got this picture that me and her took, probably a couple weeks before she died, though. When we went to the movies and shit, like that's a picture I'm always keep close. Like, it was real. I liked that picture. It meant a lot.
Let's say somebody's watching this interview right now, and maybe they're dealing with the death of their mother. Any advice? Circumstances could be different for everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's different for everybody.
Any general advice for somebody going through these motions right now?
I mean, it ain't easy. It's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? Like I said, you always gonna think about it, but you know you gotta move on. You gotta accept things. You know what I mean? People die. You gonna die one day. That's how I think about it. You know what I mean? Everybody got an expiration date.
Were you doing music before she passed, or did music come later?
Music came like a little bit later. Music came like a little bit later though.
So she never saw this side of you?
Nah.
What do you think she would think about your career choice?
I mean, I think she would laugh. She would smile. She would say, if that's what you want, go get it. You know what I mean? Go after it.
Have you ever made a song about her?
Yeah, I did.
How emotional was that, creating that song?
It was real. I mean, like, I listen to this shit sometimes and I just be thinking about this shit, like, you know what I mean? It's real. Like, it's real.
Did you shed a tear to it?
Yeah. I did that.
While you were working on it or after?
I mean, just not even shedding a tear, just, you know what I mean? Just emotional. You know what I mean? But it was hard though. You know what I'm saying?
How soon was it, time-wise, after her death, did you create this song?
Oh, I just probably like 2-3 years later.
What's it called?
I Wonder.
How does one know the right time to create a song like that?
I don't know. You just gotta be, I don't know. Your music is art, man. To me, music is art. It's like, don't matter what kind of song that you got, it's how you feeling. You know what I mean? If you feeling like you missing somebody, man, speak about that shit. You know what I mean? Feel like all that shit, you gotta speak about it. But I would say, you know what I mean, you just gotta be ready for that, you know what I mean? You gotta be ready for it.
When you were creating the song, was there ever a point where you got maybe too emotional or you just couldn't finish it? Like it just, all right, I gotta stop, I can't. Did it ever get like that or no?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it like that. You know what I mean? It was a song from the heart, so it was just like, it's coming naturally, you know what I mean?
How did other family members react to that song?
Me and my cousin, he hopped on it. I mean, my sister, she likes it, so, I mean, I could say, it just was from the heart, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing too crazy, it was just from the heart, you know what I mean? Me missing my mom, you know what I'm saying? Wondering, you know what I mean? when I die, am I gonna get the chance to see it? You know what I mean? Basically, out of all the shit I do, you know what I mean? You gotta wonder sometimes, you know what I mean?
Growing up for you, this was your bottom point.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, what was your high point? Something really positive that happened to you while you were growing up.
While I was growing up?
Yeah. If that was your bottom, what was your high?
My niece getting born. Niece getting born.
How old were you?
Was it, what, 23, I think? 23.
Why does that stick out to you as your high point?
Just because it was like a additional person to the family, you know what I mean? So it was like, to me, it was beautiful, you know what I'm saying? It's additional, somebody else that's part of our, you know what I mean, our legacy that we gotta protect, we gotta watch over, gotta make sure she good, so.
Almost in a sense, one person left and another person came.
Right. Right.